equip as questions of allegiance remain closely tied to Uganda's political history. NRM Electoral Commission sets September 3rd for NRM primaries flag bearers in a Germany West by-election. Hundreds of youth turn up for the UPDF physical recruitment exercise at Kololo grounds, while Minister for Trade, Industry and Cooperative Sanjay Tana warns traders against smuggling foreign rice. Yes, my name is Micheal. Lukomwa. Elizabeth Nakakoni joins in for sign language interpretation. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, in our first story this evening, has presided over the swearing-in of 3 newly appointed ministers at State House Entebbe, urging them to take tougher action against corruption, weak supervision and inefficiency in government. The president also used the ceremony to restate his position on dual citizenship, saying that questions of allegiance remain closely tied to Uganda's political history and the wider push for the East African integration.
President Museveni witnessed the swearing-in of Foreign Affairs Minister Adonia Yebare, State Minister for Finance in charge of Microfinance Shatz Kutesa Musherure, and State Minister for Internal Affairs Witonze Juma. The 3 ministers took oath of allegiance and the oath of a minister before assuming office. In his remarks, President Museveni told the new ministers to focus on fighting corruption, strengthening supervision, and addressing inefficiency across government institutions. He said many of the challenges affecting public service are caused by negligence and in some cases the direct involvement of civil servants and political leaders in corrupt practices. Museveni urged the ministers to strengthen accountability to ensure government institutions effectively deliver services to Ugandans. The president also revisited the issue of dual citizenship, linking Uganda's current legal position to the country's political history. He recalled periods of instability beginning in later acquired citizenship in other countries. Museveni said dual citizenship was introduced partly in response to that history, but argued that questions of loyalty remain important, particularly in relation to neighboring countries.
Where our people running away. So therefore, for the neighboring countries, logically, the dual citizenship does not apply. Should not apply, in my opinion. We should clarify it, that this one here is for the diaspora. Now, we have been telling our neighbors that we should form East African Federation. This is what we have been saying for the last 65 years. Let's form East African Federation. But you can't say we continue having different kingdoms, then some of the kingdoms offload their citizens on another kingdom, and then they continue with loyalty to the other kingdom. It's not rational. It's nonsensical, because why? If you think unity is good, let's unite. Otherwise, people need to decide to either be here or be where they were.
The president said Uganda continues to support deeper regional integration, including the long-term goal of an East African Federation. Internal Affairs Minister Ephraim Kamuntu thanked the president for completing the ministerial appointments and urged the new ministers to work closely with their colleagues in implementing government programs.
The country must become a middle-income country in our term. That's a swearing commitment. We want Uganda to be a prosperous country, a transformed country, and under your leadership, it is possible.
Head of Public Service and Secretary to the Cabinet, Lucy Nachobe, presented the ministers for the swearing-in ceremony.
I, Ambassador Adonia Ayebare,
swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Republic of Uganda,
and that I will preserve, protect, defend the Constitution, so help me God.
Senior government officials and family members of the newly appointed ministers attended the ceremony.
The NRM Electoral Commission has set the 3rd of September for the party primary to select its flag bearer for the Adjumani West parliamentary by-election. The by-election follows the death of the former Member of Parliament for Adjumani West, General Moses Ali.
The National Resistance Movement Party has opened the race for the position of Adjumani West parliamentary by-election. NRM Electoral Commission Chairperson Dr. Tanga Odoi says a question of interest for the parliamentary seat started on Monday 10th and will end on 14th August at the NRM headquarters in Kampala. Nominations will be held on August 17th and 18th same month. Dr. Tanga says the party will update and clean its voters register between August 20th and 31st ahead of the primaries on September 3rd. Successful candidate will subsequently be nominated as NRM flag bearer at the district on September 7th and 8th by the National Electoral Commission. Dr. Tanga Odoi, however, set tough conditions for those intending to contest.
You must be a Ugandan. Our neighbors from South Sudan are encouraged to desist from mixing up in this election. You must be 18 years and above. 18 years and above does not mean that I'm very tall. You see, I am very tall. Are you 18 years even when you are tall? You must be a member of NRM. You must be a member of NRM and you must be in the register. If you are registering when the update is taking place, the village committee will confirm whether you have been a member of NRM. You must have a minimum qualification of A-level. A-level certificate from Uganda or its equivalent if you are not from Uganda. We have taken our lesson from Chikube. We are not going to allow anybody to bring us papers here and claim I've written to National Council. We want equivalent from National Council. We've learned our lesson. We are not like the Bourbons in France who learned nothing and forgot nothing. You must not be employed in an organization which is owned by government.
Asked if NRM has intentions of fronting the late General Moses Ali's son, Dr. Tanga Odoi says it's not within their mandate.
The party does not want to always have family hierarchy. That when your father passes on, God forbid, the son must take over. Because we are not a monarchy. But always the public seem to think that that's one way of rewarding the family and putting their sorrow to rest. As a party, we are announcing a roadmap for everybody who intends to contest. We are not announcing a roadmap for a family. We are announcing a roadmap for a political party called NRM. And all NRM people who qualify by the prescription we've set are urged to express interest.
The by-election follows the death of the former Member of Parliament for Adjumani West, General Moses Ali. Philip Aguta for UBC News in Kampala.
President Yoweri Museveni has urged the youth to embrace NRM ideology of patriotism and Pan-Africanism, which will instill values that can contribute to their socio-economic transformation. The message was delivered by Vice President Major Retired Jessica Lupo while presiding over the annual general meeting of the National Youth Council at Nsambya Gardens.
Despite government efforts to alleviate poverty among the youth through programs such as Youth Livelihood, the Grow Fund and the Parish Development Model, unemployment remains a major challenge among the young people. President Yoweri Museveni has therefore cited ideological development among the youth across the country as one of the ways of promoting socio-economic transformation among the young people, whom he described as the nation's future.
The NRM believes that the youth have the potential to make a significant contribution to the national development if they are healthy, educated, skilled, and well-grounded, ideologically. As youth leaders, you must uphold the correct ideas and principles that will propel your country's prosperity and stability. If you hold bankrupt ideas, i.e. sectarianism, nepotism, gender chauvinism, racism, anarchism, etc., then you become a liability to society, ideologically bankrupt. The NRM's ideology, which we evolved after a careful
across the country.
To Jontung district. The aid committee visited Biofarmer, a 250-acre project, cancer and other therapeutic conditions.
Implementation and enforcement as to this matter will be implementation and joint security teams, council enforcement officers and other relevant authorities shall support local governments in implementation and enforcement of these directives. All responsible local government leaders are expected to take personal leadership in ensuring compliance and reporting challenges in implementation through the appropriate channels. These measures, according to the Minister of Local Government, Barnabal Gahara, takes immediate effect. Robert Nyango, UBC News.
And that's it for today. Till the next episode.
Like a daily